Counselor Thexvala's chromatic plates shifted through spectrum of condescension as she reviewed humanity's petition for membership in the Galactic Council. The humans have been transmitting diplomatic overtures for 7 standard cycles now, each message more desperate than the last. Primitive chemical propulsion, she noted dismissively to her aide, limited to their single star system. Energy weapons that require physical projectiles. How quaint. The council chambers echoed with harmonic laughter as she shared the human military specifications with her colleagues. Species that had mastered plasma manipulation and quantum tunneling found the concept of railguns amusing in the extreme. They accelerate metal slugs using magnetic fields. Counselor ZYX Moth chittered with delight, like some kind of prehistoric siege engine. What the council failed to understand was that humanity's signals weren't pleas for membership, they were warnings. Admiral Elena Vasquez stood on the command deck of the UES Retribution, watching the Krextai invasion fleet drop out of hyperspace. 50,000 vessels, the largest armada in galactic history, arrayed against Earth's pitiful defense grid of 60 ships. The Krextai had grown tired of the Council's bureaucratic pace and decided to claim Earth's resources through more direct means. After all, what could primitive railgun technology do against shields that could deflect plasma bursts capable of cracking moons? "Admiral," her weapons officer called out, "all rail platforms are charged and ready. Projectile velocity at maximum parameters." Vasquez nodded grimly. For 7 years, humanity had tried diplomacy. They had transmitted detailed specifications of their defensive capabilities, hoping other species would understand the implications. Instead, the galaxy had dismissed them as primitive savages playing with kinetic toys. The Krextai fleet commander broadcast his ultimatum across all frequencies. "Surrender your world, primitives. Your obsolete weapons cannot penetrate our deflector arrays." What happened next would be studied in military academies across the galaxy for millennia, if there were any military academies left to study it. The first railgun salvo traveled at 12% of light speed. The tungsten slugs, each weighing several tons and accelerated through Earth's orbital magnetic field arrays, struck the Krextai shields with the kinetic energy equivalent of small nuclear weapons. The shields, designed to deflect energy, had never encountered pure kinetic force at relativistic speeds. They failed catastrophically. "Impossible!" the Krextai commander screamed as his flagship's shields collapsed under the impact of what his sensors registered as metal debris. The tungsten slug punched through his ship's hull like it was tissue paper, the kinetic energy vaporizing everything in its path. But that was just the opening salvo. Earth's true defensive grid revealed itself as rail platforms across the solar system came online. Mars artillery stations, asteroid belt mining rigs converted to kinetic bombardment platforms. Jupiter's moon bases launching projectiles accelerated through the gas giant's massive magnetic field. The human primitive technology turned the entire solar system into a railgun. Each projectile carries more kinetic energy than a supernova, the surviving Krextai science officer transmitted in terror. "How is this possible with such primitive technology?" Admiral Vasquez's response was broadcast across every emergency frequency in the galaxy. "Counselor Thexvala, we've been trying to explain this to you for 7 years. Mass times velocity squared equals energy. We just use really big masses at really high velocities." The elder Luma was still alive, feathers now almost translucent with age. He accepted the gift with trembling fingers, and in a moment broadcast live to half the known galaxy, he placed his forehead gently to lilies and sang. A single quiet song. Every translator failed to parse it, but humans wept anyway. Across the galaxy, things changed. Once oppressed species began offering sanctuary to lost human travelers, not for reward, but for the hope of protection. And Earth responded. In time, a network of guarded species grew, Cultures once forgotten, now shielded by the might of a race once feared, now known for its loyalty. And at the center of it all, a single story endured. A little girl lost in the forest, a species no one noticed, and the day humanity chose to guard the gentle.